Hello, sixth graders. So today I just want to start the lesson by going over the homework from yesterday. So just make sure you have your topic 8.2 notes open and ready to go so that if you need to make any corrections or modify anything, you can do so. All right. So yesterday was all about using prime factorization to find the GCF. And again, in our word problems, okay, when we saw the word greatest, that told us we were finding the GCF. So we have to first start the problem by just first finding the prime factorization. So for this problem for 63, again, if you chose something different to start with, that's fine as long as it multiplies to 63 because you'll still get the same answer at the end. Okay, first thing that I think of is 9 times 7. 7 is a prime number, okay? We can actually, if we want to, we can highlight that. So we know we can't do anything more. And then 3 times 3 gives you 9. So those are also prime numbers. So our prime factorization of 63 is 3 times 7. And then 72, we have 8 times 9. Okay. And if you did like 2 times 36, that's fine as well. You'll still get the same answer at the very end. Okay. So 4 times 2. Okay, 2 is prime. 4 can be broken up into 2 times 2, which are prime then. And then 9 can be broken up into 3 times 3. All right, so our prime factorization of 72 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. So again, we want to label what they have in common. Okay, so what I see that they have in common, 1 3 they have in common, put it there. Another 3 they have in common. And that's it, because there's no 7s on this side and there's no 2s on that side. So we put the 7 over here and then we fill in the 2s that way. Okay, and again, to find the GCF, we multiply the numbers they have in common. So 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so the greatest possible length the pieces can be is 9 inches. And that's how we would solve that one. So that was all about finding the GCF and using this Venn diagram. Today, we are not going to be talking about finding the GCF. We're going to be talking about finding the LCM. Now, if you look, the template looks exactly the same because we still complete a Venn diagram, but we do it a little differently, okay? So first of all, we're going to review. LCM stands for least common multiple, okay? So let's look at our example. It says, Mark sets the dinner table every 8 days and dries the dishes every 12 days. If he sets the dinner table on day 8 and dries the dishes on day 12, on what day would Mark perform the chores on the same day? Again, that should be a capital M. Okay, and a key word for GCF was greatest. A key word for LCM is same, because think about it. Common, to have something in common means to have something the same. All right, so we start this problem just like we would. We find the prime factorization of 8 and the prime factorization of 12. So 8 can be broken into 4 and 2. Where 2 is prime. 4 can be broken up, and again, we're dragging our little carrots down into 2 and 2, which are prime. So the prime factorization of 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, now the prime factorization of 12, you can either do 3 times 4 or 6 times 2. It doesn't matter which one. We'll do 3 times 4. Okay, 3 is prime, but 4 is not. So the factors of 4 are 2 and 2. All right, so you end up getting the prime factorization is 2 times 2 times 3. All right, so now again, we complete this Venn diagram just like we would. What they have in common is a 2 and another 2. Okay. And then everything else that's left over, the 2 goes over here and the 3 goes over here. Okay, now to find, we have this Venn diagram written and drawn out. The GCF would just be multiplying what's inside. The LCM, if you look at this, to find the LCM, multiply all the numbers in the diagram, all the numbers that you see, okay? So basically you're multiplying 2 times 2 times 2, 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. And that gives you the LCM, the least common multiple. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. And that's all you do, okay? So the GCF is just multiplying what they have in common. The LCM, if you complete the Venn diagram correctly, is just multiplying all the numbers you see. Okay, so on what day would Mark perform the chores on the same day? The 24th day. That's the least common multiple of 8 and 12. So let's try another example. Okay, Sally goes to the park every 42 days, and Dexter goes to the park every 44 days. When will Sally and Dexter show up to the park on the same day? Again, keyword is same. Okay, so the prime factorization of 42. Try that on your own. See what you get. So prime factorization of 42, I did 7 and 6. 7 is prime. 6 factors are 3 and 2, which are prime then. So the factorization, the prime factorization of 42 is 2 times 3 times 7. And again, it helped me to write these numbers from smallest to biggest. All right. Now, prime factorization of 44 is 11 times 4. You can also do 22 times 2, whatever you'd like. 11 is prime, but 4 is not. So we can break 4 into the factors of 2 and 2, which then are prime, and we can't do anything else. So the prime factorization of 44 is 2 times 2 times 11. All right. So now again, we are going to fill in our Venn diagram. Okay, what they have in common. They have 1, 2 in common, so we put a 2 there. No 3s in common, no 7s in common, so we just put the 3 and the 7 over here. We don't have another 2 to match that one, so we put it over there, and we don't have another 11, so we put it over there, okay? So, to find the LCM, what we are going to do is we are going to multiply all the numbers in the Venn diagram, which means we are going to multiply 3 times 7 times 2 times 2 times 11. I know it seems like a lot, but break it up into chunks, okay? So do that right now. Multiply 3 times 7 times 2 times 2 times 11. So I know 3 times 7 is 21, okay? 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 11 is 44, and then we're just going to multiply 44 times 21, 924. Whew. Let me just double check my math real quick. Okay, so when we multiply all of those numbers in the Venn diagram, okay, that is what we get. So when will Sally and Dexter show up to the park on the same day? In 924 days. Okay, so they'll have to wait almost over 3 years, or almost over 3 years, to until they will see each other at the park on the same day. All right. So that just goes to show that sometimes the lowest common multiple, in this example it was 24, it's really not that low. It takes a while. All right. So to kind of go over this again, all right, what you need to do in order to solve these problems, okay? You find the prime factorization of each. Then you write down that prime factorization. Then you fill in the Venn diagram. What do they have in common? And then the rest just filters on either side. To find the LCM, you multiply all the numbers that you have written in the Venn diagram. So that's why it's really important to complete the Venn diagram correctly, or else you get the wrong answer because you're multiplying wrong numbers. All right. So your homework for tonight, just like we've been doing in the past, is to work on this next problem independently. Okay. So again, just like what I said, find the prime factorization, write it down. Okay. Then you're going to fill in the Venn diagram, what they have in common, the rest on the sides. Okay. Then whatever's in the Venn diagram, you're going to multiply all the numbers. And that gives you your least common multiple or lowest common multiple. Okay. And again, keyword, same. Common, same. Okay. That kind of helps you out to tell you that you're finding the LCM. All right. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be able to answer them through email. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.